Pro League is brought to you in part by Intel, Vodafone, The Road to Odense, Betway, MSI, Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, Mountain Dew League, and ESEA.
And of course, you're back with the ESL Pro League Odense. You're looking at Denmark right now, which is in a pristine 1 p.m. I think it is. Tim, what time is it? At the moment,
that sounds right, yeah, 1 p.m. in Denmark.
Yeah, about 1 p.m. at the moment. I don't know how cold it is, but I saw people, breathing out cold, icy air, so I'm guessing it's pretty chilly over there. But over here in Australia, it is a crisp 18 degrees at the moment. This is Tim Brainstorm done. I'm Jake Hysterics Osipenko. We're going into Order, taking in their second game now against Ghost, and they will need to take this one in, Tim, because they're down one map already, and it was on Cache. It was their map pick.
And it was a bit of a shellacking as well. They went down 16-5. They really didn't get too much.
Happy too as well.
Yeah, really didn't get too much done. They managed to get 5 rounds in the first half and then got clean shut out in the second half. The CT side of Ghost, way too strong. They did just get, I think a fair word to use would be outclassed.
Maybe.
The aim was looking all right in spots. They looked like they had a decent idea, but Ghost had the game plan. They had everything in mind. They had all the setups that they wanted on their CT side. They had all the strats they wanted on their T. And it just looked really a bit too easy for them. They did finish up the NA Pro League season second, coming in behind MIBR, and they did start it off first for a good half of the season or so. Now we do head into Train, which is a map that there's been good success on for Ghost, and really not as many players coming out for Order, so this one might be rough.
Yeah, for Ghost Gaming, definitely taking the momentum from Cache into Train here. But our second map, we jump in, and Order have to ask for this reverse sweep. Nay, they have to push for this reverse sweep. It looked convincing in the first couple of the first pistol round and the first couple of rounds, I should say. But rather from here, Order need to have that same impact, but continue it across.
E-Man going to start out with the kit and the smoke. Everyone else going for armor. 2 sets of utility on Ghost. In's the first point of contact here. Here come the smokes into the A bomb site. 1 for Ivy, 1 for the middle of the trains. That will allow Neptune to move out here between these trains to get out onto the bomb site. There's a flashbang to allow him entry as well, so the strategy is executed perfectly. Now they just need to find the headshots. Well,
they haven't found too much. Only In's and a bit of damage to the side. Alistair and Zeph still pushing out, or at least trying to retake control, but everyone's all the way off. They do find Neptune, so that's a good pick. Maybe enabling Order to push back in. But Subrose is boosted here on the side. Inns will just be taken down with a quick headshot. A good touch there from Imagine. Trading off is important here for Order. Zeph just pushes up. The aggression from Order is perfect with a retake and 4 people left alive. That's how the pistol round starts out for the Australian squad.
It's another CT pistol for them, and it works out well. That leaves us at 3 out of 3 pistols that have been won by the CT side in 2 maps so far. So well done from Order there to hold on to that one. Ghost certainly had the strategy in mind to get onto that bomb site. I mean, the only thing that could have gone better for them there is if they actually found a kill or two, because they had the smoke for Ivy to lock it out. They had the smoke for the middle of the trains. They shut off all of the long-range angles that the USPs could have had. They had the flashbang over to get themselves onto that bomb site and get the bomb down.
Yep.
They just didn't find any kills before that point and did get overwhelmed in the retake. But nonetheless, the idea was good. The execution was there. Now, though, P250's in the smoke. It's a bomb plant strat once again, as we will pretty much always see in the second rounds if a team doesn't force. Just try and get the bomb down, maybe a kill or two, extra bit of money. And as is very standard on Trains, only 1 player on the B bomb side. Tats with a lot to do.
But he's left him with the M4, so maybe he feels like he can hold it. A 1-for-1 trade, not what you expect here with the P250s, but again, this is the push out there. Zeph just comes in for the flank. Right time, right place, baby. 3 kills going over Quick Smart. Imagine with the last, and Order stopped that situation before it got any worse.
I think they might have actually lost an M4 there, though. I'm not sure if they had 2, but I don't think they were able to recover hats. Or hatses. It's a difficult thing to say.
I feel like Alistair picked it up.
I can't remember if they had 2 or not.
Who knows?
Either way,
Life's hard.
It's unimportant. Ghost, they find the first pick, but get mowed down by a very fast flank care of Zeph. And now they're going to be able to go into the gun round here. Something is different from their approach on Cache is that they've got the AWP out immediately. It took them 8 or 9 rounds on their T side to really decide they wanted the AWP. They didn't really need it before that point. They were very capable with the rifles, but they put Wardell onto it immediately here on the T side of Train. And he's posted out waiting for the Ivy push. A couple players from Order did go for that, but didn't go far enough out to get tagged down. Ghost will slow it down now. Order burning through utility here very quickly. It does keep Ghost at bay, but look how little they have left. Only 6 grenades total across the 5 players with 1:20 remaining, and Ghost still have essentially full sets of utility spread between their players, 3 of them in fact, to work with. To get an execute together to go out into the A-bomb side. Instead, they're just going to go straight out with a perfectly timed flashbang.
Yeah, EMAG doesn't get anything out of it, though. Zeph pushed up once again with the MP9 here, but he has to push through. Picks up the AK. He survives, though. So now the pick comes around, but Wardell ready with the AWP. Hats as well. Needs something here. As the last member left alive. With the cleanup crew here from Ghost Gaming, and they will take this round, but it's about what Hats can get through.
It's certainly not an easy one for him. They know exactly where he's playing from. They've got him locked in. Wardell helping out Steel, holding down the back of that CT line. And of course, Kusta sitting close, locking down connector. Hats is boxed in at this point. He can get out to be an escape for now, but already Neptune's on his way to shut that one off if he chooses to continue pressing forward here. Kusta will spot him out, so Hats, so difficult for him here. He will at least get that one frag to save the gun, but the hunt is on. Already getting wrapped on from multiple angles, and while I think he will just about be able to save this gun, it's still not a gun round that's gone well for Order. Once again, they win the pistol, they win the anti-eco, and as soon as Ghosts get the guns in hand, it falls apart for them.
Well, Tim, I don't want to rinse and repeat map number 1. I want to see a very different Order moving in on Train. Only the UMP on ends, but this time we've got the AUG on Zeph with the AWP back in hand of Alistair. And, sorry, there is an MP9 in the hands of Imagine with a bit of utility on the side of Order. As you said last time, Brainstorm, it was early use of it, left nothing in hand for Order. See if it's different this time. Wardell, there's a couple of crosses here from Order that weren't spotted out. Everyone from Order gets in position quickly. Ghost aren't able to find that tag that leads to a bit of impact to start off the round.
Not so far, but it's 4 players on the A-bomb side for Order, and they've just used, I think, all 4 incendiaries that they had on this side of the map as well, just to block off that early A-main rush. Now they can start to use a little bit more of their utility to get some chip damage happening. It's Steel to cop 21 damage from a HE, but still, there's only 1 player over on the B-bomb side. It's Hats soloing once again, and if Ghosts do decide to commit over that way, it's going to be pretty rough for them as Order are very limited now in the utility. Ghosts still have a bunch of theirs left, and they've gotten quite a bit of presence out over the map here. Managed to sneak Wardell just out in front of A-main already. Neptune is very, very close in Ivy here, sneaking in. Wardell gets the frag on in, so that'll give Neptune the space to move, and it will be a flood into the A-bomb site.
Opener comes through once again, and it's Order's disadvantage. Zeph needs a frag here, but can't find anything yet with the AWP. Has to scope in, but blinded out through the smoke. The push is there. Kusta doesn't see Zeph. He turns back around, but gets one in the back. It's Ward again, who finds the AWP kill. Neptune 2. EMAG still sitting in the back here with the MP9, but the plant's going to go down. Hats, Imagine, you need something. You need to get momentum back into this round. He pushes through with the flash, but it affects no one. On top of the bomb right now. All of Ghost Gaming are just waiting for the plant, but Hats is covering. No one's tried defusing just yet. They don't know where they are. They know Wardell's there, but with the AWP and still popping out at the exact same time, Ghost Gaming defuse the situation. And Order right back to where they started on Cache. This time on Train, same story.
Yeah, so far, their CT sides have been left a little bit wanting. It has been incredibly well played by Ghost. Let's not take anything away from them and how organized their CT sides or their T sides have been. Here's the thing for you. Kusta on the AWP instead of Wardell. It's been a few rosters since we've seen him primary AWPing, but he's certainly capable of it. And I would guess this is a spawn-based thing. Let's see. Where's he going? No? Okay, he's just chosen to run it this round. Maybe he's just feeling it on Train, and good lord, that's why they want Wardell to do it. An amazingly quick kill. The trades, though, do come in from the pistols. It's already 2 guns lost, so Ghost needs to slow down and reconsider a bit here, while this round should be an easy cleanup.
If they can get Sub Rosa, then maybe something happens here. But he will get ins in the end. So, Ghost not suffering as heavy as this round could have been. But it's not over just yet. EMAG just needs 1 hit with a CZ. Kusta's boosted up on Train here with the AWP. Won't even find the shot. Kusta in a lot of trouble. He'll drop down, but EMAG gets taken out by Neptune. Hats just needs 1 little touch, and he can't find that as well. Close round there, but Ghost hold on.
If he could have found that kill on Neptune, then it actually would have been a doable clutch for him, but not the case this time, and despite a little bit of a hairy situation early on for Ghost, they recover well. They take a second to pause, use all of their utility that they need to get themselves onto that bomb site, and from there it's much more of an easy closeout against the Pistols, despite it being close. Order, early tactical timeout, and I think this is a really good time for it as well, given that they're in a situation that is dangerously similar to what we saw on Caiche, which was they won the pistol very cleanly.
Yeah, early
They won the anti-eco very cleanly. They lose the gun round, and that sets them off into a bit of a spiral of getting your economy reset, losing gun rounds, having no money, losing gun rounds. And they need to stop that one early, as that is the death spiral that really wasn't good for them on Caiche. They need to do better here, and that's certainly what they'll be looking to do. They've had a pause to chat about it, and they will be getting the buy round happening here. Alistair onto the AWP as well to challenge Wardell.
Order still have an opportunity, though. I feel like Train's one of those maps where you can make people second guess just that little bit extra. And Order have been good at doing that, especially in these early rounds. Ghost Gaming wondering what the heck is going on, but alas, that comes to a silence towards that 7th, 8th round on number 6 at the moment. So getting towards that point. There's 4 M4s on the side of Order, but look at the cost of it. There's hardly any utility there to stop the push coming through from Ghost. They're filled with little granadas. Unfortunately, it's not the canapé style.
No deliciousness there, unfortunately, regrettably.
Oh, I feel like salmon gravlax at the moment. It's just what I feel like.
All right, well, you hold that thought.
I will. There's no head armor either, really, apart from Imagine. Bomb, where is it? Still towards spawn, but a lot of utility thrown out. Kusta trying to get priority on side.
This is just a fake onto the B-bomb side here. They throw a bit, try and draw another player over there. The whole point of this is to make that connector player move, and it does make Zeph reposition, makes him second guess. He goes down to Zeph, he tries to get back onto the angle. Neptune, in the meantime, is wrapped around, and that's worked perfectly for Ghost. That's exactly what they wanted to do. In that sort of situation, you don't really need to cause a full rotation. You just need to make some players move so you can be ready for them to come back to the angles they were holding. Ghost have executed that one perfectly, and that'll be too much for Order to deal with. They lose 2 players, the bomb goes down. They've only managed 1 HP of damage onto Steel, and that could well have been a friendly grenade hitting him. So it will just be the save called for the 3 players left of Order now. Trying to hold on to these guns, what little money they have, but it's early. It's early days, Jake. This is only round 6, but I'm already a little bit concerned for Order here, given how clean this has been for Ghost, given how well they've been playing, and given that Order's money is just constantly in the bin. And Ali, it's an unfortunate one to miss. You've really got to be hitting some of these. EMAG will bail him out, but these guns are looking all but lost. The AWP will go down. They won't be able to recover that one either. EMAG will upgrade to an AK-47 at least, but it's too little too late. The Ghost money is already dangerously out of control. Kusta's left on 2K, but Wardell's got tons. Certainly no economic worries on the T side now. Ghost looking very in control once again here. An Order, money in the bin. Gonna try and make something work with the 2 guns that they've saved, but they can't afford to buy with it. It's just going to have to be something magical from Hats or EMAG, or both.
I mean, Alistair just isn't on the board yet. Still on 0 kills, so you just see the performance by Order. Couple of members really having impact, but apart from that, Zeph's already been taken down. And although he wasn't someone who bought a gun, you're down 1 member here. Trade-off. Hats onto Steel, but Neptune comes in again for the flank. Hits his own member once more. Neptune will wrap back around, just keeps hitting these headshots every time. Hats, despite that, still gets another kill. 2v2. Hats actually doing okay. Let's not throw this round in the bin just yet. Bomb is rotating, heading towards Ali into Ivy. And there's a bit of control here from Hats. He's picked up 2 kills this round. Alistair's still alive as well, wrapping around on the side of Spawn.
But more concerning is Sub Rosa, already tucked in amongst the trains there. Sneaking his way down towards Ivy where he can link up with his teammate Ali. It needs to be a clean shot here. He doesn't have body armor to back this one up, and while he's against Wardell up first, it won't make a difference there as the AWP's going to one-hit him either way, but needs to be careful if he runs into Sub Rosa, and it's basically just going to come down to the timing of this peak. If he can hit this timing perfectly, there's the flashbang spots the first player. He has indeed. Now he can get out, and it leaves Wardell in a very difficult situation.
Yeah, and Wardell's like, what the heck do I do now? Pushes onto the A bomb site, and Order have just moved away. They can reposition here. They've got plenty of time. 25 seconds. The bomb probably has to go down. But as soon as his plant goes down, he'll probably have to fake it first. Smokes out And the cross into B. Comes down. They don't see him. And Wardell drops around for order. This is good, Tim. This is the lifeline. And that round was on the back of hats. Some early frags that just set up the round for order. And boy, oh boy, that lifeline feels pretty good.
Still, though, it's a round where they had 2 rifles and 3 pistols. They managed to make it work, sure, but the gun rounds still haven't been as convincing, so we need to see some better signs in the gun rounds from them. But,
just put 2 guns in the hands of maybe Hats and, at this point, Zeph.
Well, here's something that's more exciting than pistols. We've got the double AWP out. This is something that's very, very impactful for Order. They're going to go, actually, triple scope? No, I'm guessing that scout was a misbuy there from Hats, but they do have the double AWP on Ali and Ins, normally Ali and Hats, but nonetheless, Ghost going for a quick hit into the A bomb site. We saw this work great on Cage. They went for a hit into the exact same bomb site. It was A as well that they went into very, very quickly, and it did catch Order completely off guard. Subrose is going to line up 2. EMAG gets 1 trade at least, but it's a 2 versus 4 already.
Yeah, I mean, a bit of team damage down there as well, Tim, by Ghost Gaming, but who cares? I mean, they're shooting at each other, they're shooting at Order. It's all working out. And Ghost now knows that playing for the retake here is going to be dangerous from Order, but still going to be done. EMAG with that frag maybe evens things up a little bit more in Order's side. But Neptune hiding behind the bomb train. He's going to peek back around. The flash works out nicely. EMAG drops. Alistair gets Neptune with the help of Subrosa and a side note. Now the flash in, the 1v2. He gets tagged on the way in, but left with an AWP. Alistair, just run, buddy. Run.
Yeah, you got to get out at this point. And he will do it just in time. He'll be able to escape. No one will be chasing him on the side of Ghost, but only the 1 gun save. The money still not great, with the exception of Alistair's money. So I guess it's good that he's saving, as he'll be able to drop 2 M4s and allow them a force buy into this if they want to, or even 4 MP9s if he's really feeling that generous. But, I mean, for Ghost, this feels like it's a pretty core part of their game plan. If they lose the pistol, get a couple rounds going, the moment that they then lose a round, they immediately go blisteringly fast and try and throw Order off. And that's a mental thing as well, because Order are thinking, right, good, we've got a round, it's all right, boys, we can come back into this. And it happened on Cage, it's happened here as well. Ghost immediately hit them with a blindingly fast round just to throw them off kilter, and it's worked perfectly. Will be some guns dropped out. Ali drops out the double M4. MP9 invested into by EMAG. In stuck on a pistol, and it's another full gun round, and it's another full execute into the A bomb site here for Ghost.
Yeah, a bit of spray through the smoke that just gets Order on the back end, but Inns has already found 2. Kusta comes in. EMAG gets a 3rd here for Order. They've started cleaning this one up. 4 members already down, and Inns once more stepping up massively here for Order. Wardell left in spawn with an AWP, and now he's going to have to encroach on territory massively owned by Order. What a big power play, but no power trip for Order. And Tim, you know, you lost a bit of faith, but I think it's starting to come back here right now for the Australian squad.
Too early for me, I think. Little bit, but, you know, we'll see. Alistair will hit the shot onto Wardell in Pop Dog and get the double AWP happening again as well, throwing one out to his teammates. So that's good. They'll keep that one going. And actually, the money on Ghost isn't so hot now. They did have a lot of cash reserves, but had to spend quite a lot of that, so
this could be a
probably going to be
evening round,
save here. Yeah, it's going to be actually going for the hero buys on a couple players. All right, so Steel has. I like this actually. So Steel and Neptune have gone for the utility buy. They'll be left on pistols, but their utility buy means that their teammates don't have to buy util, they can just buy guns, and they will use their grenades to try and set up their rifle mates. This could be something that Order aren't quite ready for. They may not expect them to have the guns here. I mean, they've still got that MP9 and EMAG, which fair enough has been working in the only rounds they've been winning, but this could still be a little bit unexpected here for Ghost, and it looks like it's going to be a hit out upper B mainly.
Well, it's confidence play from Ghost Gaming. They know that they win the majority of these gun rounds, so why not? Put a couple of guns in hand of the best performing players. Utilities out, but they don't see Hats down here. Gets a spray up, but trade's not good enough there, especially when Wardell's involved. Damage down, but Alistair can't get up train. Blinded a little bit there, the push coming through. Ghost Gaming are here, but the flick around from Alistair takes down their star player. He peeks around once more, gets the headshot there, or maybe not. 2 for Alistair, still hanging behind train, but look at where Order are. It's a 3 versus 2. Able to push back in, still peeks out. Alistair finds his 3rd. And Subrosa is left alone. He'll walk back onto uppers. And the platform might not work out too well for him. The Galil, oh boy, it's so disgusting. But even that works. Gets a defuse. No! Inns now has to play around with this. Sub Rosa somehow does
man,
it.
That's
a painful round if you're an Order fan.
That's a huge play from Sub Rosa, though. That's the one advantage that the Galil has for you over the AK-47. Those extra bullets. He didn't have to mess around with the reload there. Pre-fired the bomb planter perfectly, or the bomb diffuser even. And that's the problem with the no smoke here. He goes for this first shoulder pick, spots the info, and gets the kill because there's no smoke. He can just shoot straight at the diffuser. And from here, with the bomb timer so low, this is so hard for Inns to win. It's just Sub Rosa playing with his food. It's perfectly executed from him. Puts Ghost at 6 and 4, denies Order getting that tie-up round, and denies the money as well. Their economy is straight back in the bin. It's just the pistol buy here.
That was the round, Tim. The round that evens the score, that puts Order in a comfortable position to go forward, especially after Ghost forced. You know, they take, their 6th round is what you'd be looking at here. But again, Ghost are going to triumph ahead, 7 and 4. Oh, it caught me by surprise as I almost fall over. It caught me by surprise. You know, what's there more to say, Tim? Not much. 7 and 4. And Ghost again, once again, showing their prowess at the very least here. Buy's going to come through now for Order, but before that, a timeout. And yes, you do take a timeout after all that.
And you need one at this point. This is as much a chill-out timeout as anything, as once you get 1v3'd by Sub Rosa, you don't like to see that. So they will be taking a chance to have a breather and a chat, figure out exactly what they want to do with this buy.
Was it a 1v3 by someone on Na'Vi as well yesterday that caught Order by surprise? Wasn't simple, was it?
You're really stretching my memory here.
I feel
there was some good clutches, but
we had some great clutches yesterday, by the way, if you missed out.
I'm not landing on any specific one, casting my mind back, but look, I'm sure there was one, and I'm just forgetting. Been too busy thinking about this game.
To be fair, though, a couple of those gun rounds, Inns had those clutch moments. Hats as well joined in. So,
here's something new for you, Jake.
Go for it, man.
Alistair on a P90.
Woohoo!
Going to be just being a speedy boy. He's going to go straight in through uppers. There'll be a flashbang to support him here as well. He's just going to go straight in, try and catch them out.
He's sick of the crap.
See if it works out for him, though. As once again, goes through on a good buy. Neptune limited to a Galil, but it's more to conserve some money. They did have enough money on multiple players to buy him an AK if he wanted one. It's just conserving wealth.
Ghost aren't saying goodbye yet, Tim. Definitely not this round, or at least this map is not over.
I mean, yeah. You're not wrong, they certainly aren't.
Thanks, mate.
See what Order have got for us, though, on this defense. Certainly they're the ones who need to be making the plays here.
Oh, yeah.
Nice bit of smoke cam.
That's the angle when they show it. When they throw it, that's the one. Oh, there we go. Thank you, MC.
So Ali's plan at this point is just to chill out close to the smoke and hope the people jump into him. His teammates 4-stacked over on the A bomb side. It's a gamble, but Ghosts have pretty rarely gone B. The only times they really have been in man-down situations when it just makes sense to go for that one. So we'll see. Ooh. There's the opening kill on B for Alistair with the P90, and there's 2 players ready to crunch on this Ivy push. Will they check Inns properly? They certainly should, but they don't. He manages to get one. The trades come through for both teams, but it leaves it in a 2v3, and Ali, already pushing aggressive, will be caught out trying to trade out his guns and upgrade. Oh, no. That gives Steele and Wardell a chance to get back into things here. There's 2v2. Zeph in a critical position here. Hat's not anywhere that he can help him, and unfortunately for Zeph, he has been spotted. Steele plays it perfectly, plays the bait game. Lets Wardell in to get the kill. That is the bomb down, though. Hats can try and play this one, and with 15 seconds left, there's so little time to work with. Hat's actually just going to double back, try and get into Connor tonight. This bomb plant Steele. He's going to have to go for the safe plant on the other side of the train, and I think he will make it across there in time.
5 seconds.
Hats won't be able to stop him.
Hats peeks forward. Bomb will go down, like you said. Steele goes left. Hats goes right. The peek around. Hats wins it out. An important round for Order. He's going to go and pick up a kit. Or an AWP. No, okay. Sorry, already had a kit.
Did indeed.
I was like,
the big sniper rifle in hand.
He's like, oh, I got to go get the P90. That's what I'm going to do. But of course, the AWP comes into favor of Order once more. 5 and 7. So not out of the woods yet, Ghost Gaming. And Train was their map pick. Now it's their turn to take a tack timeout. What will they say? Boys, should we get a P90? And the answer, of course, will be no.
Yeah, I'd be pretty surprised if that was the game plan. But maybe, in the meantime, though, I think really for Ghost, that one just comes down to the timing not quite going their way in that 2v2. They did have that bait and switch set up perfectly to get the opening kill into the bomb site. It was just Hats striking from an unexpected angle and playing the timing to perfection there to be able to pick up that one.
Around him.
It's a lot of, there's a lot of it. There is lots of average damages happening in the average round.
Yes. Well.
How's that for some expert statistical analysis for you?
Yeah, I mean, 118 is, you know, better than a shrimp on the barbie, I reckon. Prawn, sorry.
Sacrilege.
Yeah. See, steak, prawn, sausages, ladies and gentlemen. You want to be an Australian? Get into those. Get that into you.
Hopefully
20
not
to 8
all at the same time. Either way, Ghost, guns in hand. Again, they're going for the fast play. This has been the change-up for them. Every time that order get a round happening, Ghost immediately go quickly. Ali, an ambitious flick, but nothing landed. Will have to fall back. His teammates are rotating, but will it be fast enough as Ghost already flooding in, and they found the opening frags.
And it's all gone wrong for Order. Off the back of that miss, confidence strikes again. Ghost just push hard into the B bomb site. And Order are left wondering once more. Tim, you called it so well before. Order pick up a round. Ghost come back in with the gun round, and it's hard and fast. Everybody loves it.
I actually really do like that. I mean, the problem is they're not just saying, all right, they win a round, we rush B. They win a round, we rush A. They do seem to have this protocol of, all right, they win a round, we go fast. But they don't just, you know, buy SMGs and run through a smoke with 2 pop flashes. They have multiple of these rush strats preset and ready to go. And from what it seems from the outside, as soon as Order win a round, Steel just picks one and says, all right, I think they're weak here. We're going to go fast here. We haven't done this yet. There's, of course, a lot that goes into deciding what you're going to do, but he makes the call. It works perfectly. Order get reset immediately. Their money gets no chance at all to develop. Look at their money now. They have nothing. They win a round, goes to immediately reset them straight up. And now, this round, if they're going to hold true to the form and the protocols that they've showed us previously, this will be another slower one. They'll go back to their more default style, go for more split picks, see what they can find out. Let's see what they've got for us. But the fast round does work wonders for them. And yeah, there it is. They're already splitting up. So this one won't be quite as quick. We'll be back to that slower round now, but they're keeping Order guessing. Order can't go for these gamble stacks anymore as they're being caught out every single time. Sub Rose is quick though, and he's found the opener onto Zeph.
Yeah, keeping him guessing like this. I mean, the hard push through still was a little bit fast. Inns left with Alistair on site. Now, Alistair only has his eagle in hand. Bit of armor on the side of Order, but with the hard push through here, Sub Rose up. Not expected there. Inns actually gets a shot right down on the head. Imagine as well. The Deagle and Alistair comes in handy too. Emag doesn't find that one. Kusta pushes up to Sniper's Nest, and Wardell's left by himself. How Order keep bringing back these rounds, I have no idea.
Well, I think we all know what's going to happen here if Wardell loses this one. Going to be a...
I like the if there as well after what we saw before.
I mean, Hats does have the angle. This should be a superior position. This should grant him this frag, but he does choose to go back time. So Wardell, while he won't know that Hats is down there, he is going to get the freedom to go over, but instead, an ambitious no-scope going to drop down the ladder and try and find something. That nade might just put paid to him. He has to go past it, and he can't get it done. Now, we head into round 15. I'm going to take a stab. Given that we've seen this protocol of Ghost just going very quickly as soon as Order win a round, and especially given that there's not enough money to buy into anything substantial here. They're going to go for utility pistols. They'll be able to buy a couple of AKs. With those pistols, they need somewhere close range. So, in my mind, they're either looking at something like a push into B down lower ramp through a smoke or something, or they're going to explode out through Ivy. Maybe even a pop dog play. They do have the scout and the AK to give them a bit of range advantage.
I reckon Order by now, though, they've got a bit of Ghost number. You know, like they're not on top of Ghost yet, but it feels like Order should be reading some of these plays a little better by now as we come to the last round in the first half. Tim, what I'm excited about is the fact that Order have showed more competition here on train. They've showed better performance, better reactive play than they did over on Cache.
Yeah.
On Cache, they weren't reacting at all. It just felt like they're a little bit sloppy. The push now coming out here from Ghost Gaming, but smokes work out in favor of Inns. He gets a double. Inns still there and alive, but still eventually shutting him down. Zeph getting the peak on top, but he pops his head up a little bit too far. Left with a 3v3 up into Sniper's Nest. Kusta going to have to take this trade away, but Alistair drops back down.
And that will be Ghost recalibrating now. Heading over to the B bomb site. Hats will get here to stop them, and there's no smoke. to stop him from doing this, but instead he's going to go and play the cross game. He will get one, spots the damage, and the molly out to deny that bomb plant. That's going to put Ghost in a pretty difficult situation now. It's a crucial duel to be won, though, and they do get it. Kusta finds a headshot onto a pushing Alistair. And now it's all up to EMAG. 1 versus 2. Neptune left low, but Ghost, they've shown amazing resilience to recover all of these situations in which they have a disadvantage. They've made all of them competitive. And it's up to EMAG, the captain of Order here, to try and bring this one back. The first kill will be given to him, and Kusta's up high.
Yeah, that shot's huge. EMAG gets the second. Order's ability to clutch in situations ain't half bad as well. EMAG, there's the bomb, mate. Have a ball. Order putting up a bit of a fight here on Train, more than we expected. We thought Train was going to be the blowout in this series. We thought Train was going to be Ghost map no matter what. But reactive play here from Order. And they're starting to read a bit more of what Ghost is saying.
Yeah, I'm kind of but wonder if these two teams have actually scrimmed each other in the last week. Of course, there's no way for us knowing.
We could ask
for us
Tim.
to know. It's really hard to speak words, but I'm not going to ask because the players are busy playing right now.
If there's someone from Order in the chat, we'd love to know.
They won't be because they'll all be there watching their team play. Either way, I'm not sure if these two teams will have screened each other. If they have, I wouldn't be surprised if they did. They might even have had Train come up in the pool. But either way, it does look like Order are getting a little bit caught off guard by what Ghost are doing. They didn't really... I mean, it's super hard to adjust to the fact that, you know, like, if you think to yourself, yes, when we run around, they're going to rush us. Great, that's good in theory, but your only ways of dealing with that are either you stack a bomb site and hope the one that they rush is that one, or just you being scared of that rush means that you have to burn a whole bunch of utility early on. And Ghost could be aware of that as well. They think, right, if they adjust, they're going to burn a whole ton of util. Either way, though, it's pistol time.
Oh, this is fast here from Ghost. EMAG gets one, he gets a second. Boy, oh boy, that's what you want. Wardell pushed all the way back through Ivy. He's on the chase. Play Benny Hill. It's bloody yakety sacks here to start us off, and Order in the pistol round. 2 opening frags, Tim. Good sign as always. The third, Steele. Evens up the score a little bit. Kusta. See you, mate.
At least in a 4v2 now. Steele and Wardell to bring it back. Still the kit in the smoke in the hands of Steele, so they can get themselves one more frag here and lessen some of this pressure. Then maybe that defuse can be attempted. It's a very open plant, though, for all the members of Order to defend. That's a great adjustment, but now it's all up to Steele. And while he is able to get onto this bomb, he just has to try and go for the stick at this point. They know that he's there. Nothing that could be done.
Pistol
it will be immediately
rounds.
Order tying it straight back up, as they've taken 3 out of 4 pistols so far this series.
Have they? Yep. They lose a pistol. Oh, they did.
They won CT pistol.
They lost
both
CT.
Both teams won CT pistol on Cache. They won CT pistol here, and they've just won T-side pistol.
I thought they lost CT pistol on Cache and won T-sided pistol.
No,
oh, no, you're right.
They had the vent drop with
no,
hats.
they dropped T pistol. All right. When you're right, Tim.
Sometimes.
When you're right, mate. You're always right. Don't doubt yourself. 8-8, though. You know what I'm right about? The fact that this game ain't over. The fact that Order, if they can win a gun round to start us off, you'd have to hope. Steele and Kusta both bought scouts on this round. That's going to be disadvantageous for Inns. And a big shot going on to Alistair as well. Kusta and Neptune. Neptune pushing up here. Inns not going to expect him. The Deagle does not work wonders in this situation. Already down 1 member. But those scouts still alive, Tim.
And those scouts can really do damage. They don't even need to hit headshots here necessarily. But if those scouts can get 70 tags onto... They've already done it on 2 different plays. If they can hit 1 more player down to 70, then all of a sudden, those pistols, or down 470 even, those pistols are going to have a really easy time mopping this up. Kusta, risky games in the smoke, but he'll spot both of them. Goes for a body tag, can't convert it, but did the damage. Unfortunately, though, Steele's teammates have fallen around him. He's left in a 1-on-5, and while 3 of these players are low, they've all got guns, they've all got util. At best, he's going to be looking for a couple of exit frags here. Trying to keep the money on the T side honest, which is certainly worth doing. But that said, the CT side economy is a fickle beast. You don't want to sacrifice money into the pit of getting reset endlessly any more than you have to. So Steele will most likely just try and hold onto this scout, do some more damage with it next round, and then have the gun round follow after that.
This round's definitely gone how we expected it for Order. You know, the second round's always fine, but it's that third round. It's that round where Ghost buy their full set. Next round might be a little bit different. Of course, being on the CT side, you're not going to get the mystery meat. Is that what they call it? No, definitely not. But anyway, let's call it mystery meat, folks. Why not? You know, live a little. Not enough funds there, unless they really want to force out and confident they can take it to Order. So Order might take the lead in this series. Well, they already have, or take the lead in this map, I should say. So attack timeout comes through from Ghost. And now, Order the third round, whether it's a buy or not for Ghost, that has been their weakness. If they can charge ahead in this on this map, then maybe we look at our third.
Maybe
Optimistic.
Maybe. I mean, it's still... This game is very much up in the air. Order have won both pistols. They should be up 10-8 after this. Like, the win conditions for Ghost in this round are really Steel either getting 4 body tags or 2 or 3 headshots and allowing the pistols to do the rest. Like, he's the only gun. No one else is even going to invest into a pistol. They want all the util in the round following this one. So
yeah.
The majority of the work's going to have to be on him. Sub Rosa goes for the deagle, and he's certainly no slouch with that, but this should really be Order's 10th without too much difficulty, and you certainly want to hope so, as they do want to get their own money rolling. As pretty much every single half that we've seen so far, Ghost have been the pistol rounds. They've lost 3 out of 4 now, but the buy rounds following the second round have always been amazing, so we'll see what they're able to do for us. In the meantime, though, that's the combo I was worried about. There's the scout and the pistol damage getting started.
But they're taking one of the leaves out of the books of Ghost Gaming. 2 early entries there from Zeph. He's going to park himself around this corner. Knows they're there. A quick flick again. Zeph finds 3, and that's all that's important. Neptune may pick up the Galil, but he immediately drops it, and it's Imagine there with the frag. Still coming in for the flank. Still has the scout. And at this point, is he just going to drift through 2 rounds with it? Well, I don't think so.
He doesn't want it next round. This is the sort of point where you keep it in this round because you've got a chance doing damage with it because none of your team will have anything better. Next round, though, all of your team should have M4s and AWP or 2, so you don't really need to hold on to this scout. You might as well go down with the ship here and try and get some damage across, and he's certainly having a good go at it, but not able to find anything just yet. Again, though, no reason to not do this.
I mean, he's hit the majority of his shots so far. He's a bit of a flinger on that scout. And he won't find anyone else. Everyone from Order has just gone the other way. So, 10-8. And Order, their game, well, yeah, very ambitious of me to say that. This is the round, Tim. This is the one that matters. If Order can win this, then faith restored in the series. Faith restored in the map. If not, then Ghost Gaming, will it just end the same way?
Order certainly have a very good buy to come into this one. They've got full rifles, full utility, but Ghost have a history after they've been losing the pistol. We've seen it in 3 out of 4 halves we've played so far.
Yeah.
That they lose the pistol, or even when they win the pistol, whatever it is, they get the gun rounds happening and they come back into things with a menace. And this could be the start of that as Wardell. They run boost 1 player across, but he's waiting for the next peek. He knows it's coming, but Inns nails the pre-fire.
He's been hitting those shots, and they're so damn important at this stage of the map. Ghost Gaming down with 1. Their AWPer has dropped. And Alistair still alive, but standing in a molly on the other side of the map to push through from the side of Ghost Gaming again. They've dropped 2. And Order, a great start to the round, but look at those health bars there, Tim. So low, Inns, Imagine. Zeph's on 2.
Pretty dire straits. That does mean that there's 3 very easy kills for anyone on Ghost to get, but the difference is they've got to get them. Order are playing this one carefully. Now his spider sense is tingling. Ooh. He's looking for the wallbang there. He hasn't quite found it yet, but any one of the 3 Ghost players, if they find the right combo of Inns, Emag, or Zeph, can easily get 2 or 3 kills and as many bullets. Doesn't even need to be headshots, just into the body. And Koost needs to wait a second longer, but will be found out by Zeph. Unfortunately, the timing not going to work.
Ever played Whack-A-Mole? It's exactly what that was like, Tim. Push comes through now from Order. They can send the spray out, but no one's here on the B-bomb site. Ghost in the middle of the CT spawn. Steel does find the low health member, or at least one of them, of Inns. But Inns has done his part this round. 4 members still alive. And Ghost Gaming, all right, Tim, they're looking to save this one. Order are back on the board. Can I get your vote of confidence? Yes. Tim says yes. That's all that I needed. Thanks, Tim.
That was very well played from Order. Credit where it's due. Ghost were trying to make the individual plays really keen to be able to trade that one back, and Order didn't let them do it, which is something that's crucial because Ghost, I mean, we haven't really seen too many rounds where they have been disadvantaged so far this game, but they are showing a tendency that if they do lose a player early on, they're going to try and make a play to bring that advantage back, whether it's going for a counter boost, whether they set up some sort of execute immediately. They either get one player aggressive to try and catch someone out on CT side or on T, they immediately group up, go for an execute, with the logic being that the CTs won't be stacking the site they're heading towards, and that they can get, say they're in a 4-on-5, they can get a 4-on-2, 4-on-3 situation from that. So on their CT side, we might see a bit more of that sort of aggressive play style. We certainly will this round as Koos is on the XM. That's going to be played in either Pop Dog or pushing up into B halls, and it will be the B halls option. There's only a few places you can play shotguns on train. All of them are close angles. It looks like he's going to choose to play on top of the train instead, but he's not going to get the gun out in time, I don't think. No, recovers for one.
At least he got one, Tim, but maybe they won't be saying that on the side of Ghost Gaming. Control over to the side of Order on this B bomb side, excuse me. Bomb is down. But Alistair's in perfect positioning here. They're all right in front of him. That smoke not going to clear anytime soon, but he doesn't need to. Neptune hitting around this far left train, but Hats is still here. Positioning from Order going to be everything. Can they equalize with this frag? 4 versus 4. Hats sitting so close. They find him, and Hats can't get the spray down. Means Neptune walks in with a FAMAS. Nicely does it. Alistair pushed off of his position. But there's running out of time for this bomb as well, Tim. They can't get the defuse down. Imagine and Inns just clean up the back here as well. Imagine doesn't find it, but he doesn't need to. Left with the AWPers on both teams, and Order blow the house down here, 12-8.
And now starting to pull ahead on train. This lead is working out quite well for them. There is still money on Ghost to get a bit of a reinvestment here. Behind that AWP of Wardell, he can drop a gun out with 6,200 in the bank for himself, but Order now, 4 rounds in the lead. Their economy is set. They're good to buy twice more if they lose these next couple of rounds. So they can keep the pressure up on Ghost until they're almost equalizing the score. Speaking of Ghost, they do have enough to reinvest if they get the dropout from Wardell, but it's going to be a bit of a rough one. They won't have the utility to go alongside it. They won't have that many kits either. With the dropping of the AWP over to Steel, though, I'm assuming that there will be this reinvestment. It hasn't happened yet, but they've had the tack pause. Surely it's coming. There it is. Going to get the buys happening now. They're actually keeping the double AWP out. Wardell invested in another for himself. Steel with the one that was dropped to him. And this buy is actually better than I thought it would be. There's a lot of utility. They've got the double AWP. Ghost immediately ready to strike back here.
I have a lot of confidence that if Order can win this round and push that economy into a stray for Ghost Gaming, then we're looking at our third map. And we're looking at a map that could favor Order, but again, we still have to get there. Still push up so aggressively here on ramp. But towards B, Hats lurking, bombs now here. A lot of damage from that HE nade, but he pokes out and Kusta's not ready for it. One early frag. No one moving from Ghost Gaming just yet. 3 members on A. If the B push comes through, it's going to take a little while. But it hasn't started just yet. Steel sitting here with this AWP. There's going to be everything. A good flash out, but still misses the opening shot. Reoccurs it onto Zeph. Doesn't get the second there. Hats onto Steel. Now able to push through. Order. This is their round to possibly take us to a third map. It comes down to this, bomb down again. Hats pushing through the smoke, but Inns has just dropped on the side there. It's Sub Rosa who's trying to clean it up, but Alistair peeks out. Imagine again getting the coercive shot. And Sub Rosa is left alone. What an island now for Ghost Gaming. And Tim, you didn't want to believe, but Order, soon they'll make a believer out of you.
Going to get themselves a 13th round here. What do you mean?
No, you're just not going to be like, well, you know, they could do it. You're like, still 5 rounds of difference, and I get your realism right now. There's, you know, it's not over.
I will
till
believe
the fat
when
lady
we see
sings.
map 3. I have faith in Order. I've watched them play a lot, but given the standard of play that we've seen so far from Ghost, I'll believe when we see map 3. I do think Order can get us to map 3, but I'm not going to put anything on paper until we see map 3. That said, though,
take
the
risks,
money.
Man.
Sorry, what was that?
Gotta take risks, you know? You just
taking
gotta go for it. Like, just be a hooligan.
Let's see if Ghost will take risks here. They're looking to force in around this gun from Sub Rosa. They're going to go for it again. They're determined to keep the pressure up any way that they can. 3 pistols, the saved M4A1, a scout for Wardell, dropped from one of his teammates, I do believe, so that he can buy an AWP and armor in the next round. So they are future planning here, future proofing. And Wardell, certainly no slouch with the scout. But Order, as you say, it's new life in their veins here. They're looking a lot more confident now on their T side of this map as they move over towards this B bomb site. 2 players lay in wait. and both with the pistols as well. The rifles are elsewhere on the map. We'll see if Ghost are able to hold this one off. But Order, this is a round that should be theirs for the taking. Not saying will, saying should. They do spot out Kusta though. He spots out them. The rotation's not going to come in. Order flooding onto the B-bomb side.
So much utility there, but Zeph just walks into the P250. A second shot from Kusta. He's still alive. Order have just walked past him. Kusta gets a 4K. What the hell was that? Steel will go down, but Inns is left in a 1v3. Where was the communication from all? I'm so sorry to be a mean man. But at that point, you don't know what's going on. Inns 1v2, but the last two members of Ghost Gaming have guns. And that may just haunt Order in the long run. Inns has to recover this round for Order. The bomb is sitting on the B-bomb site. 30 seconds to get the plant down. Has no information across where Ghost are. He goes for the peek out. He's now down. Bomb's there. They do spot him out, but they don't know where Sub Rosa is. And he's the one that finishes the round. 13-9 Ghost Gaming. They just got that round delivered to them. Oh, Uber Eats never tasted so good.
I'm just going to let this clip speak for itself. I don't
I
don't really need to offer much in the way of analysis.
Take a damn time out after that.
For Order, I mean, look, it's one of those situations where that's the one time out of probably 5 where you run through a smoke and you get punished that hard. But it's just that situation where you really don't want to be punished that hard. They're still up by 4 rounds, but Ghost's money was in the bin. They were going to be able to get a buy together here, but it still would have been shoddy if they hadn't managed to get that many kills. But the combination of the flashbangs and Order feeding themselves to Kusta one by one, we've already seen on Keish that he's more than happy to take these spray downs one player at a time if they're presented to him. And he's more than happy to deliver in this instance. That will be the double AWP out for Ghost now. That will be their money saved. They've got full utility, a couple kits. Order, they've had the timeout to cool themselves off, and I think they needed it.
At least Order still have money in the bank to buy through this round. They need to recover now, but they're going up against full guns, like you said, and Alistair's already being chunked out here on this AWP. A bit of damage across. Zeph pushes through the smoke, and it's Wardell that punishes Order. So much damage across, and Ghost Gaming look to be back in their stride. The molly's through onto Neptune. The damage coming through, the spray through the smoke. Neptune lives, though, and that's the difference. Still stuck in a 4v5. How favourable for Order? Maybe not the question I should ask at this point, because we don't know how favourable things are for Order. The 5 round difference. 4? I can't count. Doesn't matter. Imagine this is the push that Order want to take. Now waiting for Neptune. Is it going to be a wide peak? It is, but not spotted out. Imagine gets caught. Alistair comes through on the AWP as well. Hats was alive until he wasn't. Sub Rosa jumps back down, but Alistair looking to save now, or at least pick up the bomb, get that plant down, and get out of there.
He's got to go back for this. It's like they're at the situation where they do have enough money that they can rebuy this AWP if they lose it, and it is worth this attempt to try and keep Ghost's money low.
That's a start.
That is a good start indeed. He's going to go out to the AK now. They're actually low enough that this is doable for Alistair here. Both of these players, just one hit from that AK. He finds the first on the steal. 1v2, fakes it, trying to dry Neptune, and he almost gets it done. Neptune to recover it on 2 health. But Alistair keeps it expensive. The money, it's going to be good enough to get the reinvestment happening, but at least he keeps pressure up on Ghost. It's worth doing at this point in this game. Now, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news. I don't want to...
You going to bring me down, Tim?
I'm not going to bring you down. I'm just going to ask the audience to cast their minds back to a similarly impactful 4K against Order. And I am Sydney this year. I'm not going to name anyone in particular, not going to name any names. I'm just going to let everyone mull that one over and think about the last time that a massive 4K changed the game for Order. Yeah. Just a bit of context if this one doesn't go their way. Inns, though, will find the first entry, immediately traded, but still, Sub Rosa. A massive 3K from E-Box.
Hey, he just got away with murder again. Kusta pushes through. And now Zeph is down. 1v3. This might not work out whatsoever. Kusta sprays through the smoke. Now see where Hats actually is. In a 1v2, can this 1v2 change the pace? You're hoping again. You don't want this to be the way it ends for Order. You just don't. Not spotting out. Sub Rosa ends with 4 kills that round. And he got the entry On to the A-bomb site. If this is a pause for Order, I mean, I'd take it now. You got one more. Surely this is not the way it ends. 13-11. The economy absolutely rooted for Order.
The pause will be next round. This round, they may well use this round as a pause to have a chat about things while they're on the pistols, but the pause will be before the next gun round. Surely it has to be. Ghost, Kusta gifts them a round, and they haven't.
I don't even think it was Kusta gifted it to them. I feel like
Order gifted it to Kusta, who gifted it to his team, right? It's a series of re-gifting, which nobody likes a re-gifter, but we'll allow it this time. Either way, Ghost have not let go of the throttle since that round, and they're not looking to do it here. Order, this round, not expecting too much from them with just the pistols. But the next round, it'll be 13-12. Ghost one away from tying it up as the frags start to tick in what is just an anti-pistol bite. Nice spray from Neptune there as well. The next round is the one that matters. This one here. This is where the pause should be for Order. They do have the money to buy into this, and they've lost a couple rounds in a row now, so they will be able to get some decent guns happening next round, I believe, but it's so close.
I think Order just want to get through it, Tim. At this point, they just want to get through this map. They had, again, this will be the last time you hear me talk about it, it was the momentum, it was the push through in the later half of this map. Things started looking good with that 5-6 round lead for Order, but just caught out. And Ghost Gaming now with one round in their sights to equalize again with Order. The push through into ladder room doesn't work out for Sub Rosa, and Zeph is able to get through. The rest of Order now pushing into the A-bomb site, but holding for now with that opening frag. Ghost Gaming have to react. Where do they go? Kusta has the angle here. He sees the molly go past. He's waiting with the FAMAS. Headshot needed, doesn't find it. 2 kills for Order. Tim, this is good. Getting back on track, but they have to deal with Wardell and the AWP.
Exactly that. There's still more work to be done. And they are still looking like they want to go over towards the A-bomb site here, given the position of that explosive device in question. Hatstow finds Steel. Neptune needs 3 here. He finds 2. Wardell gets another, but he's left 1 versus 2. Speaking of which, one player above him on the ladder. Molotov at his feet. One on the other side of E-Box, and it's ins to hit a blinder. 3K for him in a round where Order so desperately needed it. But
Tim, not
Ghosts
again.
aren't out of this yet. They've still got the money.
Not again. If I see another 16-14...
You might.
Like...
You just might.
All right, Order. You got an Australian crowd backing you right now. Ghost Gaming have come through this. And I've got to say, they've had some pristine rounds. Let's not forget how good Ghost have looked. But Order take the lead, or at least push with the lead once again. Can they hold it? Economy was still good enough here, but for Ghost Gaming, they've had a full buy, limited utility on the defensive here in the A-bomb site. And Order just need this next round. That'll be their setting point, and that'll push them towards the match.
Still, though, everything hangs in the balance. One round either way could be enough to change this one. Wardell misses the opener, but recovers it with another. Sub Rosa gets involved too, and now it's starting to fall apart.
Oh, wow.
It's all up to EMAG, just like that. Ghost winning the individual aim duels when it's necessary here. And EMAG's been spotted out. A 1v4 with very little presence. The bomb down in a very untenable position for him. EMAG finds one, almost a second, but it's Neptune to save it. 3 players and guns stay up for Ghost. They keep it competitive, and they've broken the money of the T side.
Oh, we're going to see a 14-14, Tim. That's the most likely consequence of that last round, and we are not done just yet. How annoying has Neptune and Wardell been? And Sub Rosa in these past couple of rounds has just been getting these entry frags alongside the AWPer for Ghost Gaming. And if we go to overtime here, it's going to be close or it's going to be a blowout. I'm not sure what to name it at this point. But Wardell can't get the opening frags there. It might not matter too much this round. Giving time to Order to think, process what has happened so far, and they need to get in the zone.
I think no matter what else you want to say about this game, Jake, close is something that nobody will doubt you on. This has been a brilliant map too. After the first map was very one-sided, this round, speaking of one-sided, is going to be just that. There's nothing that really Ins and Ali can hope to do with the Glocks.
Well, let's take a step back because you're exactly right. Over on Cache, Order looked flimsy. And excuse me, because I'm an Australian. not trying to bag out Order.
No,
but
they got 16-5, mate. You're allowed to say they look flimsy.
Absolutely flimsy. Well, I'm used to casting a game where I can't really bag out players or, bag out organizations. But, but here I am. So, against Ghost Gaming as well, you're talking top 30 in the world. You're talking one of the best top teams.
Certainly one of the best North American teams at the moment.
Yeah.
Given that Cloud9 are cheekily European at the moment. All right, here is the timeout. This is the final one for Order. This is where they need it. Have a look at this money as well. Bearing in mind that it's $3,700 to get AK and armor, $5,750 to get the AWP and armor. They can't go an AWP as well unless they decide to glass cannon, and they haven't really relied on AWPs on their T side, so fair enough. But the point that I'm trying to make is they're going to get guns, they're going to get armor, but the utility is not going to be the greatest for them.
Yeah.
And so far, the best success they've really had has been using what little utility they can find to buy themselves space. Either that or it's just been triple committing to an angle and overwhelming whatever Ghost players they can find. So we'll see what approach they go for. They do manage to get a couple sets of utility out, but Ghost certainly in the superior position in terms of the buy. They've got 2 AKs on the CT side, and AWP in Wardell's hand, who has been no slouch with that, sitting at 20 frags so far this game. And Ghost showing no signs of slowing, but neither are Order. Zeph incredibly quick, but the frags ticking through for the CTs. EMAGs get the first trade in a 2 versus 4.
Way too quick there for Order. Left with 2 people left standing, and Imagine just takes a massive chunk here from the HE nade. Pushes through the smoke anyway. Wardell's up in Sniper's Nest. The AWP shot does miss. The second one too. This should be cleaned up by EMAG, but he can't get the final spray off. And Alistair's left alone. Ghost Gaming will walk towards match point here most likely, unless Alistair can do anything. Oh, it's just the story of Order coming so close. Will it be a rinse and repeat of them against Na'Vi yesterday? Will it be a 2-0 by Ghost Gaming? So many questions right now, but not a lot of answers.
Fortunately, Jake, those answers are coming shockingly soon. There is one more round in regulation after Alistair falls to steal there. There is potentially, well, many, many more in overtime if we make it. But Order have to get us to overtime with the worst buy that they've had in a lot of rounds now. They're going to get pistols, armor, SMGs, maybe. Potentially they could glass, like someone could drop an AK to someone else, like maybe EMAG chooses to buy nothing. But instead, this is what they're left with. 2 UMPs. 3 CZ75s, a bunch of utility, but it's going up against the Ghost full buy, and the Ghost full buys have been more than adequate so far this series, this map. It's been so close, but Order, they are inches away from falling at the final hurdle, and not like this. They're going to commit 1 by 1 through a smoke again into B, and Kusta is still more than ready for this.
I mean, this time he doesn't get the 3 spray down. At least they get the trade. At least they're going to get the bomb plan down, but the push is coming through hard from Ghost Gaming. In the back of sight of Train, Alistair now has to stop this push through. Incy, Wincy, Doe, and Wardell hasn't made it through, but eventually gets the tag down. And Hats has to make something happen. It's a 4 versus 3. He sees the small peak, hops on top of Train, gets the angle, but can't get steal. EMAG and Inns are holding high, but they try to get back on site, and Order, they're going to lose again. They almost stopped the defuse. Ghost Gaming even pull back. It's going to be a 16-14 again, Tim. And Order, it is a crippling story. They will be eliminated here from the ESL Pro League. 2-0 by Ghost Gaming. A crippling story at that.
So very close by Order, but Ghost, I was reluctant to believe in Order the whole time because I thought Ghosts still had it. Look, Order, I love you boys, but Ghost showed, they played with class that whole time. They had the aim on, they had everything working in their favor. Even when everything else went against them, they were coming into all of these rounds with a game plan in mind that was obvious, even when they were just getting out-aimed, out-entried by the T side of Order in the later stages of this game. They still looked like they had a pretty good handle on things, and then, look, Jake, I'm not going to lie. It was that Kusta 4K. The moment I saw that, any belief that I had in Order, it was immediately replaced by this little voice in the back of my head going, that's not the greatest of signs, and unfortunately for Order, it was very well
It was
fought,
this as well, Tim, like Sub-Rosa with the 1v3.
I mean, this was much earlier on, but
I
it's
hate
just...
Galils.
No, you don't, Jake. You don't like Australian teams losing. That's all right, mate. You will get used to that. You'll get used to the Australian teams not doing as well, perhaps as we would like, but nonetheless...
I said Galils, not Australian teams, but that's all right.
Yeah, I know, but either way, it's all cause and effects. But, that said, I'm not here to bag on Order. That is not my job. They certainly played well. They got 14 rounds against Na'Vi. They did get beaten out on Cage pretty handily, but managing to almost complete it against Ghost here. And then, credit where it's due, Ghost Gaming coming back from 13 to 8 down in map number 2.
Yeah.
It's this 4K that starts to turn it there. Massive plays from Kusta. And from there, it didn't really look like it ever got too dangerous for them. Well, welcome back.
Yeah.
But I mean, they looked composed the whole time. Even in situations where they were that far down, they were looking for the advantages, looking for the situations that they needed. And they will be continuing in the lower bracket. Order, the first team eliminated on our stream. And you know who else is joining them, Jake?
Who?
How's this for an upset? Remind everyone, what was the score when we casted MIBR versus Sharks yesterday?
That was 16-5, 16-4, I don't know. 16.
Keep going down. It was 16-2.
16-2.
And I don't say this is a test of your memory. I say it because if you've been watching our stream in this exciting game, and I certainly wouldn't blame you, Sharks just knocked out North. 16-4, 16-7.
Obviously, Sharks got better after beating after losing to MIBR.
That's a bit of a disappointing one for North, but as I didn't watch the game, I only checked the scores quickly in the middle there. I'm not going to offer too much commentary on it, but that's our first real upset so far of the Pro League Finals.
Yes. And especially when we just saw what we just saw. I mean, there was potential for upsets everywhere. Unfortunately, Order will be knocked out, but in that best of 3, we got to see quite a lot of the knockers, you know? Like that. Never going to say that again. I apologize.
It's all right. No one knows outside Australia. Move on.
No. Yeah, no. Obviously jargon. But a 2-0 in the end there. I mean, on Cache, it was defined so easily, Tim. And I think going forward, we now say, right, that lower bracket run is going to be a little bit more difficult if teams drop down there.
Yeah, it certainly will. But I think Ghosts, they showed a much better face than obviously they did against Mouse yesterday. So they will be, I think, in pretty good form to continue this lower bracket one forward. And unfortunately, we must say goodbye. And I suppose this sounds kind of weird, but we must say welcome home to Order.
Oh, well, farewell. There was still a good performance there from Order. We are going to have a short break. When we return, we're coming back with another best of 3. If you like the Renegades, well, stick around. The lower bracket run continues right after this.